You know, lately a nigga been fighting a whole lot of demons. A lot of shit we do gonna have consequences, but we gotta be ready for them. Emergency, I just got out of surgery. I'm having problems with my heart and it won't work. I did some shit in my past and it's cursing me. I'ma stay right here before this toxic gon' take breath from me. I'm sipping this Henny, this pain, but it ain't helping. My little nigga going against the grain and she stressing me. I pray to God that God have mercy. I'm living a crazy life. I just shot at a nigga for talking some shit on the gang. He paid the price. I was young in the rush for the money. My hunger for paper it saved my life. And I should be saved tonight. If you wanna lick shit, we can get rich quick. We can get paid tonight. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money. Everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You'll do anything to get it, but where you gonna go after? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder by higher. You killed a nigga, you don't know it. You gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, though, real talk. Hey. Fight my demon, fight my demon. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons. Fight my demons. Fighting mine. It's me against these demons. Me against these demons. Whoa, I'm fighting these demons up in this ghost. I'm fighting these demons. I'm on the ropes. They came with a beam up under my coat. Get hit in the spleen if you want to smoke. That money be green, so niggas don't go. I'm looking so clean, I used to be broke. Remember they laughed at me, they choked. Gave them the ball, and nigga they choked. Tables turn, that nigga you go. My little nigga don't follow no code. Follow no code, no code. My nigga follow me like the pole. I stand on my word and stand by the consequence. They say I'm heartless, thanks for the compliment. I seen your dead homie, yell a company. VMG gang and bitch feel incompetent. Don't wanna hear that shit, I gotta kill that shit. Lethally militant, I can get ignorant. We not considerate, niggas do silly shit. We get the drilling shit, guilty and innocent. Don't give a fuck about the bystander. I can pull up in the Highland. Don't take no slam. Don't take no slam. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You'll do anything to get it, but where you gonna go after? Shit, gotta think about it. 187.
Good night.
Murder by you killed a nigga, you don't know him. You gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, God, real talk. Hey. Fight my demons, fight my demons. So many demons. Me against these demons.
He's got state testing tomorrow. He's getting all prepared for school, for state testing. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody is doing well tonight. So, just keeping up with everything that's going on right now. You see the level of activity that's taking place. You see different people in the equation, right? And you're watching this. And remember, we already said that this was going to play out like this. We already said that this was going to happen, right? We already said this was going to happen. Now, Jaguar has implemented the Atwoods effect, right? So now she's attacking Sean Atwoods. He's putting out there variations of information claiming that he has a kid, and he already admitted that he had a half black child, right? And we said this was going to happen. We already said it was going to happen. We already knew that the Den of Thieves, they were going to put this together. Now, if she's going to be siding with Ronnie Bo, then she has to take that narrative that Ronnie Bo is running with, right? She has to go with that narrative that Ronnie Bo is running with, right? You see what's going on right now with the whole Atwoods thing. You see what she's doing, right? You see the narrative that she's pushing. She's pushing, that this is happening.
I pray it gets reported. I pray that video gets reported. They play fast and loose.
Think about it.
I got integrity. And if it sounds right too, I know.
Hold on.
See, I know why y'all had those weirdos try to expose Grace because y'all couldn't do it. See, Lisa works with y'all.
See? Now, nobody pointed this out. So we want to point this out in real time, right? Right? Lisa is the name of her counselor, right? Y'all remember the counselor that she had sit on live with her for 12 hours? Y'all remember that the person that she said was counseling her and Wolf Cushy, the Lisa person, the person that was also helping out with the whole what's her name situation, the girl that just ran away from Jag, right? Appreciate the gifts. Love is love. Namaste. I say salutations. We are live on Energy of Atlas. Yes, the one that was on the phone, Lisa. Now, as of today, she is saying that Lisa was someone that was planted by the Atwoods Network, also along with Maggie. Sean Atwoods actually comes into the live today and say that he never sent Maggie to Jag. In fact, he said that he didn't know about Maggie until Jag took him over to Maggie's panel. I need y'all to pay attention. He is now saying that Lisa is a plant, right? Lisa, the same person that sat on there for hours talking to her, you know, during that 12-hour rant that Wolf Coochie left, right? And now she's saying Lisa, too, is also a plant by the Atwoods Network. And that's why Lisa, who also was talking to Jaguar and helping that other person out. So she was telling Jaguar one thing while she was telling somebody else another thing. Now, mind you, the chips are falling now. The chips are falling. Everything is falling. Right? So that's what we're listening to right now. So you want to know what we're listening to? That's what we're listening to. All right. It's circular now. We right back at square one. We right back at the beginning of this. It's right back to the who's manipulating who, right? That's why I say we want to sit down and talk to Atwoods Network, right? We want to sit down and talk to Sean and them because something's not right. And if Sean Atwoods and them don't have nothing to do with this, hey, no problem, Cleo. If Sean Atwoods and them don't have nothing to do with this, then we need to figure this out because there's no way that now this whole thing is coming back circle and she's saying that all these people was implanted in her life around the same time. So that would mean Wolf Coochie is also one of those personas that was planted in her life because Lisa was a counselor for her and Wolf Coochie. Let's take a listen. We got to speed it up though.
She does. She works with y'all.
See?
Y'all just gave the number to the other side. Trying to think that wasn't nobody gonna figure it out. It all led right back to you.
Talking about Lisa.
And as much as I love England, and as much as I love my friends in Europe and Britain and everywhere, you motherfucking bloody wanker, go fucking suck one off. I wouldn't be surprised if that wife of yours likes to bend you over.
Wow.
Give you a little thrill from them old Aryan days. Didn't I tell you to come get that bitch?
Wow.
Maybe I need to act like people act in jail. Maybe you spent so much time there that you really don't understand. We are far past diplomacy.
See? This is how she's coming at Atwoods, right? She's telling Atwoods to come clean it up, come get Maggie. Maggie was sent over here by Atwoods, so on and so forth. So this is how she's talking to Atwoods. Atwoods pops up in the chat. He pops up in the chat and he says, you know, I didn't send her. Remember, you took me over to Maggie's panel. I went over to Maggie's panel because of you. Because she didn't want Atwoods to get his, you know, side of the story out, she blocked him. She was like, you're going to have to find another way to get in contact with me, and blocked him. That's why I say, I want to sit down and have a conversation with Atwoods now. I want to sit down and see what the fuck is this all about. If it wasn't circulatory, if it like, so now like the whole beef between them, they're gonna monetize off of beefing with each other after they the ones that sat down and had Christmas specials with each other and everything.
Because what this little fucking nigga fucking Haitian bitch is doing.
Look at what she just called Maggie. She just called her every black slur you can find. And then Haitian, like, damn, she is really mad. She's mad and she's blaming it on Atwood. She's saying that Atwood set Maggie into her life to learn her and burn her. Basically, she's saying that all of this is implemented by Atwood to learn and burn.
But nigga fucking Haitian bitch, she's actually making it possible for me to be able to sue Tysha Renee Johnson. Because everything that bitch had to say about me, from what anybody has said so far, number one, it's been lies. She's just regurgitated.
See? So now I want y'all to think about this. This is before they just did this interview on Maggie's page. Now, if you watched on Maggie's page, Maggie and them just did the interview with Tasha Renee Johnson, TJ. And she and Jaguar was saying before that everything she's doing is making it possible for her to sue Tasha Renee Johnson. So you can tell the whole Tasha Renee thing is bothering her for her to put TJ up there. So this might spark a different response. You say you got the intel? Yeah, Jag is all done up. I'd be surprised if she not at DJ Genesis house. They on to her though. It ain't gonna be long. I'll tell you by the end of April, her ass might be in jail. I promise you that.
Regurgitating the same lies from 2023, and they think because it's been 2 years, don't nobody bother to care to hear about the truth or know the fact that she's just repeating the same lies for money all over again, like my second ex-husband Goomba did. Like, this is pathetic. So please do know that. You fucking do this live, I'm taking it, I'm sending it to my lawyer, and I'm suing your homeless fucking ass, whether you're in New Mexico.
See? So she told TJ before she went up there. Now, mind you, this live is posted for 6 hours ago. This was 6 hours ago, right? This was 6 hours ago. She told TJ, if you do that live, so on and so forth. So you know she's pressed, right? You know she's pressed. And tomorrow morning, we're going to play this live on the United Network page. We're going to play this live that she's doing right now. We're going to play over on TikTok tomorrow morning. So make sure y'all be there for that. But yeah, on this live right here, you hear her making the threats to TJ, so on and so forth, telling TJ if she do that live with Maggie, she's done. Now, mind you, TJ said that she was being cautious because Jaguar was, calling her in real life and disturbing her in real life. So a couple of months ago, when we wanted TJ to come and do an interview, she said that she didn't want to because, it was still affecting her physical life, so on and so forth. She sent me these messages on Facebook, Messenger, right? Now, mind you, these are the same people who try to ask me. These people get your phone number and get your messenger on Facebook, right? And then they turn you down for an interview, and I'm questioning, like, why? Like, why did you take my number? Why did you contact me on Facebook? It didn't make any sense. That's why I say everybody got to heal their own way, right? So TJ's going through her healing process. Whatever gave her strength to heal, it gave her strength to heal, right? However they're going about it, but it's trauma bonding. It's all trauma bonding, right? Because now she's bonding with Maggie over the trauma of dealing with Jaguar. This puts her and Maggie in the same fight. People are using the 48 laws of power and don't even know whether they're using them or getting used by them, right? You watch the last 2 weeks, everybody operate in a the enemy of my enemy is my friend type of way, right? You watched all these people operate in the enemy of my enemy is my friend type of way, right? And now, you know, Maddie is pulling out all the wounds. She's pulling out all of the things that she needs to pull out in order to spark a response from Jaguar. Remember, Maddie will remind you, and Maddie will always tell you the last thing you want to do is piss me off, right? Because Maddie's the type of person that will learn you. She will learn everything about you. So the moment you piss her off, she knows all the things that's going to get to you. First, it was Wolf Coochie. That wasn't bothering her that much. That Wolf Coochie shit wasn't bothering her that much. Even pulling out and talking about the past men that Jaguar's been with wasn't going to bother her, right? But pulling out TJ, one of the women in Jaguar's life, this is one of the women that Jaguar fell in love with, right? Was about to take this girl's last name and everything. So you know this struck a chord right here. This interview that she did with TJ struck a chord. And this is going to force Jaguar to say all types of heinous things about Sean Atwoods, because Jaguar is not going to take this out on Maggie, right? She's going to take all of this out on Atwoods as far as the internet will see it. It would all be a justification for her to attack Atwoods, right? Now, whatever she got planned for TJ, whether she's going to make phone calls or whatever the case may be, she's probably going to try to put like a defamation lawsuit or some type of gag order on TJ, right? Because TJ's speaking too much. So she's probably going to, and this is a hell of a shift right here, right? This is another shift. Right after another full moon, we have another powerful energy shift taking place, right? And this is where you will see a different level of crashing out. Okay. All that ordained minister shit, that's out the window now. Y'all hear me? That I'm an ordained minister, all of that shit is out the window. Jaguar is about to hit the fan.
Mexico or Baltimore or wherever, fucking Barstow, whatever fucking homeless shelter you vagrants in these days. I don't know. It's beyond disrespectful, though. You just think you're gonna keep eating off my name. What did you say? Since I mentioned you, you have the right to take advantage of it and make money off of it? Put a 1 in the chat if that sounds right. Put a 1 in the chat if, because I mentioned this criminal who they embedded in my life to gaslight me back in the jail or to try to make me go crazy while she called the cops on me, stole my ID, stole my money, and got more than $10,000 in cash apps off my name.
Yeah, hey, Cleo, he is real bothered about the whole Grace thing, about putting Grace out there, about outing Grace. She is bothered by that. I'm so glad Fisher King Payne is on her. Listen, I know y'all needed help over here, and I'm happy to come over here and, you know, put the foot on the neck and help y'all, because this type of low vibrational shit's got to stop. And I'm so glad that so many people over here is waking up to it now. I don't know, since we've been over here since December, a lot more people is waking up. I mean, yes, we might not be getting the credit that we deserve, but we changed up the operation of how people deal with Jag, right? When she came up on our panel and we muted her and we showed people that she's just an ordinary person, when she came up in our presence and we demanded our respect with her on the panel, other people saw that. When we went over to Maggie's panel and took on 5 of them at the same damn time, other people saw that. That strengthened other people, whether they want to give us credit or not. The way we handled them, the way we handled that group gave other people strength to do the same thing. Let's be honest about that. Ali is not missing. No, I don't think Ali Carter's missing. I think Ali Carter just now did an interview, or not an interview, but a video yesterday, right? Didn't Ali Carter just do a clip yesterday?
Bitch has been lying about me since I got away from her after she tried to have me arrested again. I mean, that was the whole point. She was supposed to be my handler. And that's going to be your big, I'm going to get Jag to recognize me. You're absolutely right. I'm suing the both of you bitches. And now I'm just going to start running down on Sean Atwood. And I'm going to finish doing the rest of my research on his wife.
See? So because Maggie is pushing the Mario button, this is Jag's pushback. See, Jag don't need a reason by the person that she's trying to go after. She's going to create a reason, right? So it's just like she said, now that Maggie is attacking her, Maggie just did that interview with TJ. All Maggie got to do is keep on clipping that TJ interview, right? Keep on clipping that TJ interview, breaking down videos of that TJ interview. In fact, go back and recap of that interview, right? And that's going to keep on infuriating Jaguar, right? But this is not going to cause her to like bend or yield. This is going to cause, more chaos, because think about it. The same thing she say, the same thing she do with the whole medicine thing, right? Which is basically she comes out terrorized, goes back into the crazy house, get those certificates, 6 months later, come back out, terrorize again, right? So that's the same thing she's going to do now. Every little thing that Maggie is doing, she's going to do more stuff on Atwoods, right? So now she's putting out that Atwood's got a black son or a black kid that he's not, mentioning. But he already mentioned that he had a black kid. And see, this is dangerous on both sides, because if Atwoods do still have ties with the Aryan brothers, and some of them didn't know that Atwoods had a black, seed or whatever, then this could cause a problem with that group if he's still dealing with them, right? And let's not forget, she is in contact with James English. So this brings James English back into the forte, right? She can call up James English and try to get more information, but James English already signed that he can't really speak on Atwoods like that. So he's trying to just give the information and pass the information along via those Atwood videos where he's doing, but all of that stuff is already out. The one where he's doing substance with that girl, so on and so forth. See, my thing is this: everything was good as long as they were scamming everybody else, right? But as soon as shit hit the fan, they started scamming each other. And that's what we're watching right now. Remember, Atwoods and them, the whole Atwoods network is big on making money out of controversy. They just didn't think that it would come full circle and the controversy would be them. Now, the same thing that they were making money out of is the same thing that they became. Now, everybody gets to make money off of the fallout that's happening with them. That's why I always say I'm 50 steps. We 50 steps ahead of them because we already see the multiple timelines that this can play out on. Exactly. She don't know what took place, what agreements he might have made as far as his jail sentence or American tides go. Maggie is trying to rewrite Black America history or something from Canada. She trying to make it seem like she swooped in and saved the day or some shit. Like she wasn't just over there being nasty as hell with Jaguar and them. Like she wasn't over there just now, even as of recent, calling people bees, being all nasty. Now she's trying to make it seem like everything that was nasty about her was something Jaguar created. So if that was the case, why we didn't see the good Maggie yet? Have y'all seen the good Maggie? Anybody? Has anybody seen the good Maggie? Y'all make sure y'all get over to the TikTok page and drop a subscription too. Drop a sub over on the TikTok page. Energy of Atlas on TikTok. Energy of Atlas on TikTok. Somebody said yes. How long ago? How long ago did you see the good Maggie? Because sitting here, you know, criticizing Americans or acting like you're the judge on the black tea sector is not seeing the good in somebody. Acting like you're, you know, the ultimate judger of American black people is not seeing the good in somebody. I haven't seen her do one story on Canada. I haven't seen her do one story on. You seen the good Maggie tonight? Oh, when she was talking to TJ? I guess you could say that. I did see a little bit. I did see it. You're right. It's there. It's there. If that's what you're saying, I guess everybody has that ability to show, you know, an ounce of goodness. You got your blanket today? What you get? Did you get the black one? Is it comfortable? I agree with you. Jaguar is not that type of woman. I think so too, real Cleo. I think we do have to wait and see with that one. But in the meantime, in between time, there's a lot of skeptical stuff going on. You know what I mean? In the meantime, in between time, there's a lot of skeptical stuff going on. You know, you can't okay, so think about it. Like even to act oblivious to your accountability and all of it, right? Jaguar did not make these people, right? They attached themselves to Jaguar because somehow, some way, whatever it was that Jaguar was doing inspired or fed something that's inside of them, right? So that means whether they want to face it or not, whether they want to face it now or later, they have to deal with the fact that whatever Jaguar is, some type of energy of that magnitude is in them. They just got to try not to feed it, right? That mean girl, that nasty girl attitude, that I am a god, that I am queen, nothing, you know, goes before me. That exists within inside of them. And the lies. Let's not overlook the lies. There was a multitude of lies that was also told within that conversation that took place today on both parties. On both parties. Y'all remember the things that Maggie said about all of these people that she's now re-interviewing and acting like she didn't know this about, didn't know that about, so on and so forth, right? She said a lot of stuff about a lot of people, right? And I want to see it go in a great direction. I want to see that whole thing go in a direction of healing, right? I want to see it go in the direction of healing. But if it's just a job and healing is not selling as much as controversy. Controversy is selling more than healing, right? This is why she's having these, you know, fallouts on her panel, so on and so forth. So if the money is coming in better from controversy, how long is it going to take before? Because right now we just watched her go back into the rhetoric, almost slip back into some bullshit with the knot, right or wrong. One's in the chat if I'm right. Didn't y'all just see what took place with the whole AT2 and the knot thing? You think so? I agree with you on that one. I gotta kind of agree with you on that one. You know, with the way that she did it, the way that she did it is self-sabotaging, right? Because Atwoods and them was willing to just sweep it under the rug and just not speak on it. You need me to open it? Atwoods and them would have just swept it under the rug and not spoke on it, right? But see, what she did was she brought it out in the open, and then when he tried to address it in her panel, she blocked him. So what do? That forces him to have to address it elsewhere. He might not like the next place that he addressed this situation, right? Because what if it's Maggie's the black? Well, I guess if he addressed it on Maggie's, then you know, she can be like, see, I told you y'all was working together, so on and so forth, right? So where would Atwoods go to address it? Well, Atwoods, here's a panel that you can address it. Here's a panel that you can address it. It has nothing to do with Maggie. It's not biased towards whatever. And I have said some things about you, Atwoods. I'm not gonna lie. I said some things about you. You know, your past is your past, though. Kind of like Courtney Burgess said, right? Your past is your past. If you striving, and I don't know if Atwoods would even respond to this right now. Ain't he going through court proceedings right now regarding some stuff that took place? Maggie is not about to ask Atwoods no questions like that. She gonna act like she can't get in touch with Atwoods. She gonna act like she not in there. She you know how she gonna do it. She gonna be like, I can try to get him to come to my panel and you can come up on my panel. That's what she gonna do. She's not. Most people that's opportunists, they see what are they getting out of it, right? When you ask them to do a favor like that or something of that magnitude, the first thing they're gonna say is, what do I get? That's what they're going to say. If you ask Maggie to do something for you, the first thing she's going to say is, what do I get? That's what she's going to say. And I don't want to keep on going through the what do I get? I don't want to keep on going through that people pleasing mindset. Like you got to keep on pleasing people for the truth or for, growth or for build or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know who told him that she was speaking about it today.
Like, I'll rip all of you motherfuckers to shreds. I told you, come get your fucking trash, yo.
But he popped
Or do you
up.
need to get plugged in the ass by a woman like you did in jail by those Peckerwoods?
You see what she's saying about him, right?
You know how many people I know in the Arizona system?
Listen to her.
DMX was in those Arizona jails. I'm friends with his old manager. You don't think I got the skinny on you? See, all of them, they went and they got their little files and then they altered them so would nobody know. I got somebody that I can send over there to the prison right now. And I have some people who do remember you, who were administration. Now, these other trolls,
listen,
they play fast and loose.
This is what she's saying about Atwoods.
I got integrity. I'm gonna run your British ass the fuck down. You think Sammy the Bull was a problem for you? Nothing.
Now, mind you, she has Atwood's address. Because remember, Atwood sent her some stuff. So she's got Atwood's address because she was supposed to be going over there to hug up on Ziggy. That's why it's dangerous dealing with something like this, right? When you're dealing with an entity like this, it's very, very dangerous. She's got Atwood's information. She knows his address. She was supposed to be going over there this spring. Remember? Right? So for her to sit here and say, I'm going to take Atwoods down, so on and so forth. Listen, this could be the backfire of the year right here. This could be the backfire of the year right here for her.
Compared to what I can do to you. Nothing. And everyone should really go over there and look at the 90% of his Diddy content that he took down. Because all of the content that he took down were all of the fake and phonies that he was pushing into the system, trying to tank the case. And I'm not saying allegedly. You really thought you was going to take that Diddy case, didn't you? You thought you were going to use me to do it. Must have been frustrating for you. Watching me rip apart your motherfucking master plan right in front of your face and you had to pay me to do it. I guess that's why you started asking to come over to the Owls channel so you didn't have to pay me to come and talk with you directly so you could get the info for free.
See that? See that? She said, now think about this. This is everything that we said back in February, right? Back in February, we already said this. We said that Jaguar was getting excess amount of money from Atwoods. That's why she was referring people to Atwoods, because she was cutting in on the deals. So instead of them getting the full amount that Atwoods was giving out, she would offer them pennies and take the big numbers. Atwoods found out that she was doing this, and he was going to smoothly cut her out by not dealing with her. This is this is why you seen that shift take place on his panel when Courtney Burgess and Chris Todd came up. There was a slight shift that took place. This is when all parties realized that they could go in different directions. Courtney Burgess, Chris Todd coming out, outing Jaguar, right? And a big fallout. Nobody paid attention to it. Jaguar stepped on her own toes. Why would you be on a man's show where he's providing you an opportunity to talk to Chris Todd and Courtney Burgess, and you say that you're gonna have them come on your show? So right on his show, you say right in front of him, y'all come over to the Jaguar Right show, and I'll talk to y'all over there. That's stepping on his toes right in front of him. Right before that, excuse me, right before that, Jaguar told on herself, because what did she do? She told Atwoods during that whole Shane thing where he went on AT2's panel and said those atrocious things, right? She told Atwoods then, James English has been in touch with me, right? That let Atwoods know that she was talking to the enemy, right? And then Wolf Coochie got mad because he said that James English didn't send him $1,500, so he still had a grind to settle with James English. Now, if I'm Atwoods, I'm betting that in his mind he was thinking, for what reason would he have to send you $1,500 unless you struck a deal with him on some way or some sort? Now, let's add in Courtney Burgess. Remember, Courtney Burgess said that Jaguar Ben was trying to get him to go against Atwoods. Now let's add in Ronnie Bo. Ronnie Bo said that Little Yum Yum and them was telling him stuff about Natanya and Jaguar, and Natanya and Jaguar was also telling Ronnie Bo not to mess with Atwoods and them. See? So this was all one big circle fuck from the beginning. They was already backbiting each other all on the back end. Remember, big homie Cece is the one that told Little Yum Yum not to mess with Jaguar and them no more. That's why Jaguar said big homie Cece got to clean that up with Little Yum Yum and them. Now, guess what? Jaguar is the one that pre-approved all these people to get in touch with Atwoods and them through Shane or some other magnitude of it, right? Shane is the one who set up all the meetings and stuff for the Atwoods network. That's how Ronnie Bo ended up in front of real life, that one dude, TV, whatever his name is, Ratchet TV, right? Remember, Ratchet TV said he don't know Ronnie Bo. He said he never talked to Ronnie Bo. When asked how did he end up getting an interview with Ronnie Bo, he said he got the information from Shane. Once again, pointing to the Atwoods network, right? So both sides possibly got a good fallout right here. Because if Shane is the one that's setting up all of this stuff, and Shane is the one doing all of this stuff on the back end, Atwoods don't really know about it. He's just going with whatever they setting up. Jaguar is digging into information about Atwoods' wife. That's a blow, right? She's saying Atwoods is taking it from behind. That's a shot, right? So it's about to go down. If y'all don't think it's about to go down, are y'all not paying attention? And listen, I literally didn't do a live all day today because I wanted to see if anybody brought it up. I wanted to see if anybody was paying attention, because this is the thing. So much of people's intellectual properties are being stolen right now via the internet, right? That I wanted to see. I wanted to wait all day until everybody did they live, everybody did what they was going to do. And then I wanted to say, do y'all see it? Do y'all see it happening? Nobody's pointing it out. Nobody's paying attention to it. But you don't see a couple of days ago before she did the real life interview, didn't she say that she was going to take down Sean Atwoods? And now we get this right here where she says she's going to take down, Sean Atwoods, so on and so forth. So everybody's paying attention to something, but are we paying attention to the right stuff? Right? I wanted to see who was going to point it out, right? So now tomorrow, when you watching everybody point this out, everybody regurgitate this, remember, I waited for them to see if they was going to speak on it first. I waited for them. Everything we do is based off of living in the now, right? So we base everything off of being in the now, right? So we want to see, right? And the reason why I say this is because I noticed that a lot of people have been, how you say, like they got their ears to the ground, if you would say, they got their ears to the ground. So they're listening to what people are saying. Everybody's listening. Everybody's watching somebody else that's watching somebody else that's watching. And I'm watching different pieces of me come out of other people. I'm watching it. I'm watching people say, shut up. I'm watching people, right? I'm watching people say, oh my God. You know how we say different things that we, you know, throw into the equation. I'm watching people steal pieces of me. I'm watching people start wearing glasses and stuff now to try to look sophisticated. I'm watching. We are literally sitting back watching how the algorithm is changing. And this goes back to what I said back in January. We will rub off on them way before they rub off on us. None of their wickedness have rubbed off on us, but all of our laughter, all of our joking, it's rubbing off. All of our love is rubbing off, right? People are trying to reshape their platform from a controversial platform to a more so, loving platform now, right? So when you look at this, this is the shift that takes place, and you got to be grateful for it. You got to be grateful for it. You can't be like, yo, you're stealing my shit. You're stealing my Nah. You just got to be grateful that other people are inspired by you, that they want to be, take different pieces of your character. That's why I always sit back and I just watch. Go ahead, have it. Have it. You like my verbiage? Take it. It's yours. You like the way I say that word? Take it. It's your. You like the way I put that thought together? It's yours. Take it. None of this stuff belongs to me. It's everybody's. That's the point that I'm trying to prove. Whether we want to look at it or not, everything is based off of a universal. Everything is based off of universal. So I'm speaking things out into the ether for a reason. I'm speaking things out into the ether so people can steal it, right? That's why I'm saying, like, you know what? They should put together a whole alternate universe where all these different characters are playing. Like, let's get a fake Jaguar Wright and a fake Wolf Coochie and a fake. Why do you think I said that? Because I know by speaking it out into the ether, other people are going to be like, man, that's a great idea. And then they're going to go do it. Right? Why do you think I'm speaking things out into the ether as far as paying attention to this or pointing out that? Because now look what everybody else doing. They got their antennas up. They also trying to pay attention. I mean, they might not be as keen to paying attention as we are because we've been doing it for a while, right? But they are paying attention, right? They paying attention to what we paying attention to, right? It's changing. When we started talking about, somebody stealing a bike 31 years ago, look how many conversations changed. Whack 100 was arguing with, with that one dude, Adam 22 or whatever his name is, not Adam 22. Whatever that dude name is, no jumper. He was arguing and he said, you know what? You look like a Huffy Buff bike rider, right? Other people started talking about stealing bikes. Look, Omar Gooding, what story did he say when he brought up Jaguar? He was like, yeah, I remember one time somebody stole my bike when I was a kid, and my brother chased this grown person down the street after he stole my bike, right? Go back and listen to it. We changed the algorithm, whether people want to give us credit for it or not, right? Whether people want to give us credit for it or not, a shift took place when we started focusing on something. When the collective started focusing on something, when everybody was focused on that bike conversation and so on and so forth, it changed the mindset of groups. And even now that we are pointing out things and we are, paying attention to this to a T, even now it is changing people's mindset. Other people started doing the things that we was doing. Think about it. Maggie was in the closet, and then after she left the closet, she was sitting on the couch bobbing her head for 3 months, right? Now she got the laptop out. She's showing you clips. Where did she get that from? From watching our live, from watching how we operated, right? They stopped me from monetizing so they can steal the stuff that I was doing that was bringing people in, right? And they already monetized. That's why it benefits them. It works for them. That's why I'm telling y'all, just go over and subscribe to my TikTok page. Because if you subscribe to my TikTok page, then it's the same as getting monetized over here. They pay out on YouTube the 21st, TikTok pays out the 15th. They don't know about TikTok monetization and how to get money on TikTok. I know about how to get money on TikTok. In fact, my social security number is, signed to it because it's a job, right? I literally have to file taxes behind a lot of this stuff. So yeah, they can sit there and stop other people's money, but then they cry if somebody stopped their money. I got to pay bills. I got to do this. So why are you stopping other people's money? And you can't say they not stopping other people's money because they tell you right there to your face, like, I looked up every way you can possibly strike somebody's channel just to take their channel. That's the stuff that they tell you to your face. That they looking up ways to take people's channel away. Why you think I came into it with multiple channels? Since y'all knew me operating over here, have I not been operating on multiple channels? I didn't come over here on one channel because I already knew the operation. Appreciate the cat. I already knew the operation. I knew what it was. Right? I already knew what it was. So that's why I say, listen, go subscribe. We live over on TikTok right now. If you got a TikTok page, go subscribe to my main TikTok page. Well, this is not my main TikTok page, but this is the main page that I go live from, which is Energy of Atlas. So go subscribe to that page. You get all the benefits. If you over in the Discord, whatever the case may be, you get the same benefits. You can actually throw gifts over there, everything like that. So yeah, go over to the TikTok page, and the people on TikTok, y'all go over and subscribe to my YouTube page. We live on 2 pages on YouTube, Energy of Atlas and Energy Atlas. I say, like, all things are going to happen for a reason. You got a lot more things coming out. I'm actually trying to I'm going to get like a private assistant or something like that. I'm going to try to see if I can get an assistant, because there's so much more that I can do, but I need people to start scheduling stuff for me. All I can do is show up, you know what I mean? Because my mind be focused on so much other stuff at the same time that, like, I feel like if I get back into scheduling stuff for myself, then I'm falling back into like the carnal mindset of like dates and times. Like, to me, time doesn't exist. Like, everything is just an extension, like sleep doesn't exist. I might take rest, I might take naps. I'm sleeping maybe 4 hours, 6 hours tops. But I'm about to get this vehicle, and then I'm about to start making runs or, getting around a little bit to try to pick up on some interviews and some conversation points and so on and so forth, building material between spring. So listen, when you're a YouTuber, right? When you're a streamer, your operation is based off of this right here. In the summertime and in the spring, you do your most active movement, right? As far as meet and greets, as far as getting out and about, so on and so forth, right? That's when people like to mingle around that time, right? The fall and the winter time, this is all your fallback, chilling in the house, building content. So when you're a streamer, like, you got to know like when to move, when to be out and about, when to be sitting, so on and so forth. So you could build a lot of content and then start posting it at a different time. That's how a lot of people make it, is because like they got so much old content that they can just post up for a while and chill, so on and so forth. So it's about building content. So that's what we've been doing. When you see me go live and it's under 2 hours, that's what we're doing. We're building the shorts, right? AI generated shorts. These shorts not only go to YouTube, but I can also send them over to my TikTok. So the shorts that are created, they go over to the TikTok. This leaves a greater branch for me to reach, right? Because when you are building a brand around yourself or whatever, you are the object is to, nobody's going to try to pick up a product that only applies to a certain group, right? There's no good to sell a product that only applies to, whatever. I'm not going to say any type of people because I don't want to discriminate or sound like I'm discriminating, but you know what I'm saying, right? So people want a universal sale, right? Something that everybody will buy into, right? Well, we got the greatest universal sale of all. That's love, right? Now, the network that comes out of that, that's where you benefit from. But you got to put the network of love together first. You got to put that network of love together first. If we start showing people the material gain, we're going to get a lot of people that's doing it for the finances because they're trying to get out of their, survival chakra, right? So that's why I don't try to, floss the money value or the physical attributes or that's why I don't do that, because you give people a false notion of what it is that you build it. I want to build something off of love, genuine love, not something that, for everybody that, fall off because they want to try to judge me for my past, for everybody that fall off because these people were waiting to find something, right? If you sit there and you take me out of text after all the love that we done showed, after all the, support that we done gave people, then that means you were always looking for a problem, right? I don't go around trying to look for problems. I try to find solutions. And that's probably my problem, is that I always want to try to be a help and not a hinder. I'm always looking to try to help, That's just how I am. Like, my mindset is like, help. How can you help? And sometimes just being a listening ear is help, A lot of them take the kindness for weakness. That's it. They take the kindness for weakness and they think like, oh, I can get over on this. I can get over on him. And then they try, they bullshit, and then they be mad at the outcome. You know what I mean? After they try they bullshit.
So much for that conversation about Mar-a-Lago. Go continue to eat dicks like you did in jail. I told you to come get your trash.
See? Remember, she was supposed to be doing a conversation with Atwoods about what took place in Mar-a-Lago. Atwoods kept pushing it back. Remember? Atwoods kept pushing it back. The Mar-a-Lago conversation kept pushing it back, pushing it back. Now she's saying you can scratch that interview. Come get your trash, which is Maggie. You know, Maggie done really struck a nerve with this TJ interview now, right? Maggie done struck a nerve. Now listen, we picked up on this before Maggie did the interview with TJ. Okay, we picked up on this before Maggie did the interview with TJ. The threats that was made, she was saying that, you know, if TJ go through with this interview with Maggie, wooty 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 woo, she's bringing charges on her, so on and so forth. However you looking at it, so we picked up on this before. Remember, this is 6 hours ago. So Maggie and them still did the interview, right? Maggie probably heard the threats that was being made to TJ and still, you know, pushed for the interview. This is why I say hurt people all the time, because people are so hell bent on revenge that they're not even seeing who they putting in harm's way. She still got TJ's information. She still knows TJ's stomping grounds. She still knows how to get in touch with TJ's family members or whoever she can get in touch with, you know. So in a sense, she's still in touch with TJ. At least that's what TJ told me via Messenger. She said that, you know, Jaguars still, you know, have people that know where she stay at, so on and so forth. I don't know, maybe that's changed and that's why she's bolden now, but this is, you know, Maggie being all the way in Canada, Maggie has nothing to worry about. The only person that has something to worry about is TJ. Not even Atwoods has anything to worry about. You know what I mean?
Now, if they decide to go through with it, I pray it gets reported. I pray that video gets reported to the point where that whole channel just disappears.
See? Now, this is pre-interview. This is pre-TJ interview with Maggie, where she's saying, I hope that if they do go through with it, if they go through with the interview, I hope it get reported. I hope, you see what I'm saying? So that means, you know, she was paying attention to that particular interview. Now, like I said, we wanted to do a live about this, right? Before the whole interview thing, but we had to see how everything goes. We had to see how things go. We operate in real time. So we had to see how everything would go before, right? So now you have Jag saying what she's saying, and now they went through with the interview. Okay. So now we got to see the fallout. We got to see what comes out of this, right? We got to see. We got to Geico this. We got to take a closer look.
And if it doesn't and it stays up there, then I pray that everybody report Sean.
She's attacking Atwoods. Listen to what I'm saying. She's using it to tell everybody to go report Atwoods.
On Atwood for promoting terrorism.
See?
Now, if they decide to go through with it, I pray it gets reported. I pray that video gets reported to the point where that whole channel just disappears. And if it doesn't and it stays up there, then I pray that everybody report Sean Atwood for promoting terrorism on a public act. Because at this point in time, all of the attack that I've gotten from everyone that's associated with you and attached to you, this is nothing less than terrorism.
Now, see? Now, Atwoods would have her dead to right there. Now, anyone would like to reach out to Atwood, that would be at the 21 minute marker, right? That would be at the 21 minute marker, where she basically tells people to berate someone's page by saying that even though the interview's not on Atwood's network, she's saying that if Maggie's page don't get taken down, then everybody go report Atwood's page. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? She said, because everybody that is attacking her is from Atwoods. Listen to what's happening now. Atwoods is the new Jay-Z. It's the new Jay-Z. And don't let her put them two together. Don't let her say Atwoods is working for Roc Nation. Then it's all over with if she say Atwoods is working with Roc Nation.
Put a 3 in the chat if you agree with me. Put a 4 in the chat if you don't. You get Ray Roll?
Them people is tired of you in their house, Jack. Ayasha is tired. She needs you out her house, Jack. Whatever you got going on is not good. And Atwoods, you need to have you. Atwoods, can we talk to you? Sean, just go ahead and talk to us one time for free. Do it for free. Just go ahead and give us an interview, Atwoods, for free. You need somebody in the black tea sector, Atwoods. You running out of windows. Here's a window of opportunity.
I just want to ask you a question.
This is
we still
me.
got
this is
there's still people from when DMX was in jail in Arizona.
Atwoods,
there's still people at the prison we can reach out to, right? Yeah. Well, I know there's some that got out, but I'm more worried about officers. There was a British guy that was in here for trafficking Molly. His name is Sean Atwood. They got all of his records. I'm sure I should be able to go and pull up his old inmate number. We should be able to call somebody and get that done, right? Yes, we can. We can look it up on Sean Atwood. No, he's not in prison. He's kicked out of the country. Yeah, yeah. I know.
Come on, bitch. You going in? You do too much. I said, if you could just pick up shit, I'll make you pick up.
If y'all thought it was bad when Shirley and Pearl went after that little British nut, they did it with bad information. I'm about to get all the good information I need.
Oh,
by the way, this week, Grace says she's ready to do a special reading on Beverly Rose.
Oh, you see what's happening? Grace gonna do a reading on Beverly Rose, the same Beverly Rose that did the offshore, the off-planet, off-world, off-realm DNA for Jaguar. Grace is going to do a reading on Beverly. So now she's putting what? Wards against warlock. I don't know, witches against witches. I don't know what the hell that's about, but that's a beef she's creating right there. Right, and she's taking on Sean Atwood. Oh man, I guess Ronnie gonna take Ronnie against Ronnie. Ronnie Slow against Ronnie Yum Yum. Like this is gonna be the battle of the witches, the battle of the dipses, the battle of the dip whipsits. Sound like a Hollywood movie? Hell no. Sound like a Tubi movie. This ain't no Hollywood movie. That's a Tubi movie. Hey, y'all get over to Energy of Atlas on TikTok and subscribe to Energy of Atlas. Y'all go subscribe over there. All right, that's where we taking subscriptions at. Y'all go subscribe. We live on that page right now. So every time we go live over here, we're going to be live over there. That's where you can go subscribe to. So go hit the subscribe button. All right. We can't let them stop us. Listen, I need y'all to listen. This is why I got the backdrop up. Do y'all hear me? This is why I got the backdrop up, okay? This is why I got the backdrop up, because I don't want y'all to see. A lot of y'all get caught up with what y'all seeing. I need y'all to listen. One's in the chat if y'all listening. One's in the chat if y'all listening. Just put a 1 in the chat if y'all listening. These is criminums. You hear me? We is dealing with criminums. Criminums are going after criminums. And we going to get back around to that whole Yellow Beasley trap house thing, because according to what she's saying all these girls that are putting out this information about different chain of events all came from the Yellow Beasley trap house. So apparently when that trap house dispersed, all these different characters that you see, she's saying came from that trap house. Now, how would she know that? How would she know that? I mean, I did hear Legina and Misha and Ali Carter all consider themselves sisters, but how would Miss Jaguar know that? Right? So she had to be either a handler, somewhat involved. She said that, you know, it wasn't far from DeSoto. She said that it was the perfect place to put somebody, and it wasn't far from DeSoto. She knows a lot of information regarding this. Maybe they need to talk to her about this whole thing. Maybe they need to talk to her about this. She's a criminal. You hear me?
I think when Grace is done with her, you're gonna have to remove some more of your content. I think all of that Beverly shit's probably gonna have to come down too.
Now remember, we already talked about Beverly. We already said and already pointed out that Beverly family is part of you know, transporting. You know, she said that in her book called The Horse Girl. If you go look up a book called The Horse Girl by Beverly Rose, you'll see that she said she escaped from, you know, that type of family or whatever. A lot of stuff that Grace is probably going to say, we probably already, you know, said or spoke on, right? But here's the thing, right? Now that she's running out of content, now it's like, oh, Grace is doing readings on Beverly, you know, and she's going to do you know, she's looking into Atwood's wife. She's digging into Sean Atwood's wife and going to bring us some information regarding that. Not to mention, she's bringing up the fact that, you know, the son that Atwood's got right now, little Ziggy, is not his only child. He actually has a child, you know, a mixed child, right? So she bringing up the fact that Sean Atwood was taking it from behind, and the fact that he got a mixed child. This is terrible. This is terrible.
The money don't cost you. Thank God for the book, right? But you begrudge Ronnie his book? If you can have a bullshit book, why the fuck can't Ronnie?
See? Now we back on the book. See? Now we back on Ronnie Slow's book, right? So what transpired with the book that Ronnie has, right? Did a cease and desist get put out on a book? Did the defamation of character go out on this book? What happened? What happened on the back end with Ronnie Bo's book? Something had to happen. Listen to what I'm saying. A lot of stuff that she tells, it be telling. You just gotta listen. You gotta stop looking at all the faces that she make. Stop looking at the fact that she wearing that damn black bra again, right? If you overlook the fact that she wore this black bra for 4 years, you might be able to hear some shit. You know what I'm saying? If you overlook the black bra that she wore for 4 years, you might be able to hear some shit.
And anybody wants to come through here telling me what they're doing for me and what they think about how I serve the God that I worship, the God that I serve, the God that I obey. How about all y'all do me this favor? You actually start following God and obeying God. And when you finally get it down, then let me know. Holla at me now. So anyway, since 2018 was an interesting year, G. No, but real rap. Like, I told you to come get your trash, bitch.
Why did she say since 2018? Why did she say 2018 was an interesting year? 2018 is the year that you was accused for doing some shit.
But you don't want to do that. Like I said, we have people in Arizona. You thought those weirdos in Las Vegas embarrassed you and tried to come after you?
Listen,
I'm going to tell the truth on you.
She coming after Atwood.
I told you.
See, when she's talking about the weirdos, she's talking about Shelly and Pelly, Cat Dog, the Odd Couple. You know, that's what she's talking about. She's talking about the Knot. She's talking about the weirdos in Las Vegas. She's talking about the group. She's talking about them. Oh, you thought they did a number on you? Wait until I get done. She's telling you. She's telling you what her next moves is. This is the rhetoric. Huh?
You to come get your fucking trash.
Yeah, you know. Timmy is an average kid that no one understands. Mom and Dad and Vicky always giving him demands. You know what I'm saying?
Get all of it. Your birds
That's
and
it.
your William Wallaces and your
That's who
Bravehearts and
Denat call on.
your kissing cousins
Whenever
and
he
your
need to make somebody
black
go
white
and he
haired
need to try
Targaryens.
to
Like, come
bully
get all your fucking
YouTube,
trash, G.
he call his
Come get it all.
odd parents, very odd
That
parents.
was nice.
You know what I mean?
And it's fine. You can ignore me. That's what you're good at doing. Like when I first told
who
you
he call
that the robot.
on. His odd parents. That's what he always say. I'ma call my odd parents. I'ma call my odd parents. Don't even worry about it. I'ma call my odd parents. Watch. Shit, think I'm playing. I'm gonna get you up out of here. They told me if I ever need anything, all I gotta do is click my heels together 3 times and say, very odd parents, very odd parents, very odd parents, and they will appear.
Robot was free jacking
Oh, Dorothy ass.
your content on me, and she was doing all kinds of wild stuff and saying all kinds of crazy stuff about you. Oh, Jog, it's just best that we ignore it. Pay it no mind. It'll go away. Has it gone away? Has it gone away? Or maybe she was telling the truth when you said you liked the content and you encouraged her to keep on going. Maybe she wasn't lying. Maybe that was the truth because y'all been all working back and forth, control opposition all the time. Oops. Swear. The weird stuff y'all do. So Sean Atwood, since you don't want to come get your trash, Tysha Renee Johnson, please consider this my first verbal acknowledgement that if you do this bullshit today, I'm suing you. I've given you nothing but grace, but I'm not gonna let no junkie make it on me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to find another way to go get your fix. But a junkie don't get to make it on my name.
See? And they went through with the interview. Huh? I'm telling you. I'm trying to told you. It's about to go down. Do y'all think who? All right, look. One's in the chat if y'all think Atwoods is going to respond, and put a 2 in the chat if y'all think he's not going to respond. Because he was in her chat today. I don't know how many times she said his name, but he was in her chat today, and he said, I got nothing to do with her. It was you that took me over to Maggie's page. And then she was like, I'm going to get you out of here. Let me block you. You're going to have to find a different way to get in touch with me.
My father.
So Atwoods, here you go, Atwoods. You can use my platform as a different way to get in touch with her, Atwoods. Come over here. Give us a conversation. We need to talk to you. We need to talk with Lil Ron, Yum Yum. We need to talk to Beverly before this shit blow over. Listen, Atwoods, y'all need to get out in front of this. All right. So just schedule the interview with me, right? Let me talk to you. Let me talk to Beverly before Grace put her, little spin on it. I seen Beverly and them do the whole, off-world DNA thing on Big Hungry and Jaguar. So maybe we can figure this shit out over here, since y'all wanted to inquire yourself with the Black Tea sector. Y'all are part of this shit now, Atwoods. Y'all like family now. So, it's a family affair. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had that Christmas special. Now, shit, welcome to the summertime, summer, spring bling, whatever you want to call it. But we need to have a sit down. All right. Somebody get me and somebody reach out to them. Get us in touch with the Atwoods Network. We need to have a sit down. Okay. We look, I can come over there and ask y'all some questions, maybe figure this out. I prefer y'all come over here. Yeah, YouTube cookout. You know what I'm saying? You invited to the YouTube cookout, Atwood. You invited to the YouTube cookout. Get your ass over here to the YouTube cookout. You got to come to this page too, Atwoods. I could come to your page, but then it wouldn't be no point because then they're going to say that you doing it for the money and so on and so forth. But if you come over here, Atwoods, they can't say that it was for the money. I'm not even monetized. You know what I'm saying? If you come over here, Atwoods, it would literally just be to get your truth out. You know what I'm saying? And bring Beverly with you. I know she's doing remote views right now. Tell her I remotely said, get her ass over here. Get your ass over here, Beverly, because Jaguar trying to fall on your neck.
Wouldn't about it. He was a drug and alcoholics house. I don't believe in enabling, and this is enabling. Me not saying anything, me letting you rock is only helping you kill yourself further with like your pharmaceutical addiction. 222 likes in the building. It should be 5. It should be 5.
It will only be 5 if you change.
It should be 5. I'll wait, suckers.
I'll wait.
Y'all came here and get your little meal. Little hungry troll.
Suckers. She is crazy.
Go hit the light.
I don't know how Atwoods ever got signed up with this. I don't know how he ever got signed up with this. I'll wait, suckers. Why is she talking to the phone like she Mr. T? I pity the fool that don't get me to 500 likes. I pity the fool who think I'm about to play all night. I pity the fool who think that interview with Tasha Nay was all right. I pity the fool if you think Atwoods and them ain't going down tonight. Tonight. She be so serious, too. I wait, suckers. I wait. Hey, she come just like what's the dude name that used to do the wrestling that had a little kick? Booker T and them. Suckers. I wait, suckers. Yeah, me and my brother gonna go in the back. I wait, suckers.
My God. Just like I'm just sick and tired of grubby, ungrateful. Tasha Renee Johnson should be glad that she's not in jail, but it's shit that I know she done. I could have, and her son, daughter, Joy and Bree, for all of those credit cards they was scamming. I'm the reason they stopped because I told her she asked. I'm like, you can't be running around scamming and stealing for people without my knowledge. If they found out, they could put me back in jail for this. I just thought I was trying to help, and I just wanted you to be comfortable. No, you're trying to get me set up on another case.
Look at that. Look at that. Tasha Renee, you done pissed her off. You got her out here calling you by your full name. You know when somebody call you by your full name, they is mad as hell. That's old school right there. That's like the 80s right there. When you come out on the porch with that motherfucking moo-moo on and you scream up the street, Tasha Renee Johnson, you better get your ass back to this house. That full name, you know you mad as hell at somebody. You ain't even saying TJ no more. You out here calling her by her full government. Huh? You know you mad as hell at somebody when you got the full government on their ass. The full, middle name and all. I knew an ass whooping was coming. When my mom did this, I knew an ass whooping was coming. If my mom ever said those 3 names in that particular order, I knew. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew that. When your mom came and she called you by your full name, whether it be in the classroom, in the principal office, at church, on the playground, out that window that they rolled down in the projects, wherever you heard that shit, you knew an ass whooping wasn't that far behind. You would try to put on extra clothes. You knew. And she knew that you was going to put on extra clothes. She say, and I ain't beating nothing I paid for. Don't you hate when they say that? Don't you hate when the parents say that? I ain't beating nothing that I paid for. You start looking for the shit that they didn't pay for. Grandma bought me this. Start digging out old clothes and shit. My mom bought me this. This ain't yours. My mom bought me this. That ain't about to save you from that whooping. That is not about to save you from that whooping. Some of us go back far enough where we had to pick the switch that we got with. Huh? Some of y'all became good switch pickers. You know, the ones that make noise when you swing them. Should be cutting through the wind. You pick one of them over. That's when you knew you picked the wrong type of stick. When you thought you was going to pick it thin. Huh? When you thought you was going to pick it thin, that thin one stung the most, didn't it? That shit was laying paper cuts. That shit was tearing your ass up. You try to get the brittle sticks, the ones that's gonna break after like 3 hits. Try to get those type of sticks. Let me get this one. This one don't seem like it's gonna make it long. Grandma had the spoon that she take off the wall. Y'all remember the spoon? My grandma, listen, I'm not gonna lie. My grandma had to be the crazy. Look, my grandma had a pole. Not listen, my grandma didn't have like first she started off with sticks, right? Like you know, the broomsticks and stuff. It would be behind the couch. She'll be like, "Get me my broomstick from behind the couch." And people started hiding the broomstick in the house. All the broomstick came up missing. You know how you know how hard it is to sweep in a house with no broomstick. Anyway, look, and then look, my grandma got this pole that she found downstairs. This long ass pole. Look, my grandma was finding shit in the house to whoop them with. I remember one time I came over because I was in foster care, so I would just pop up for visits and shit like that. I remember one time I popped up for a visit over my grandma's house, and my grandma started smacking people knuckles with hammers and shit. I was like, Grandma, what the hell? You talking about something you hitting them because they doing bad in school. If I go to school with my fingers hurting, I'm gonna do bad in school too. Shit. How the hell am I gonna get any work done if my fingers is hurting? Yeah, you can't smack me with no damn hammer in my fingers and expect me to go do an essay. Ain't nothing getting done around this mother sucker if you cracking my hands up like that. They didn't have the technology that we got nowadays back then. Love is love. What's going on with you? And see, back in the day, ass whoopings was fierce back in the day. You hear me? Ass whoopings was fierce. One time my dad beat me up out my sleep one time. Beat me out I was asleep, fell asleep with the TV on. Bad move. Bad move. TV got to go off at like 9 o'clock. Back in the day, TV had to go off. I fell asleep with that TV on. Man, boy, man, that man beat me up out my sleep, woke up. You ever wake up to an ass whooping? Man, look, beat me so bad, I had to go study that shit. I had to go study it. I had to go look it up. Like, what happens to a kid that gets whooped out of his sleep? I had to look it up. What does this do to the brain? It say, well, if somebody do that while you sleep, you could unalive. You could unalive if somebody do that while you sleep. Yeah. Beat my ass so bad I had to go study it. I think that shit messed up my brain. I had to study it because I was a light sleeper after that. Like my sleeping was off. I was sleeping like every 3 hours. I was waking up to every little noise around me and shit like that. I was laying there listening to sounds before I went to sleep. I never wanted to be caught off guard like that again. I never, you know what I mean? That was one of many things that took place in my childhood that made me a light sleeper. But that ass whooping was the icing that took the cake. Like my brother putting bread in my pocket, that was like one thing that changed my sleeping. But that ass whooping was the icing on the cake right there. I was like, what? Not no more, not never again. And that's why I don't leave a TV on when I go to sleep at night. I'll be the one person I break into somebody's house, turn their TV off while they sleep. If you sleep, you don't need the TV on. See, now my mom, she was a different story. My mom can only sleep with the TV on. You get what I'm saying? You try to turn the TV off while my mom sleeps, she gonna say she was watching that. Don't touch that TV. I was watching it. Don't you know everybody got that one parent that always don't touch that TV. I was watching it. They eyes closed, they half sleep. You reach for the remote. Don't even turn that. I was watching it. You is not in here watching that shit. The TV is watching you. Well, it's my TV. Don't touch it. They be sleep, eyes closed. And some of y'all like that. It's white noise, right? You play the TV while you sleep. That should be altering your dreams while you sleep, playing that TV while you sleep. You be sitting there fighting, talking in your sleep, all types of shit, because you watching the movie while you sleep, half watching the movie, sitting there talking in your sleep, trying to go to sleep with the TV on. I know somebody that always go to sleep with the TV on. They be watching scary shit though. I'm like, why is you watching scary shit? Going to sleep with this shit in my ear? Twilight. Fuck no. Trying to fall asleep to some cartoons. Put on Flushed Away. Put on Over the Edge. Put on Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what I'm saying? Be trying to put something different on. Put something different in my airwaves. I'm trying to tell you, man, this world is not what y'all think it is. You watch horror movies when you lay down? Yeah, you stay away from me. I ain't watching no horror movies. I remember one time I was watching that Paranormal Activities saga shit. I was watching the Paranormal Activities and I went to sleep watching the Paranormal Activities. Man, something almost snatched me up out my damn dreams. You hear me? I couldn't wake up for nothing. You hear me? I'm talking about, I remember this dream so vivid. It was like, y'all remember the movie Dick Tracy, the TV show Dick Tracy? It was like I was in one of those type office. Like I was in a Dick Tracy office with the desk and the door was in front of me, right? And it had like one of those, y'all remember those office doors that got like the blurry pattern in the window, but you can't really see on the outside. When you're walking up to it, it's got like the nameplate on there and shit. And a shadow was walking up to that door. I'm talking about in my dream. I remember this shit. A shadow was walking up to that door, right? And I'm usually good at controlling my dreams. Like, you know, when shit get heavy in a dream, you know how to pull yourself out of a dream when shit get heavy in a dream. Y'all all do it. Right before shit about to hit the fan, y'all wake up. That y'all pull yourself out the dream. Right before shit about to hit the fan. So as this shadow approaches the door, I know that I'm dreaming. Not only do I know that I'm dreaming, but I know it's time to get the fuck out of here. Abort, right? So I am literally in the process of pulling myself out of this dream, right? I can feel myself lifting up out this dream. Don't you know something snatched me back down into this motherfucking dream? I'm talking about like snatch me back down into this dream. Like you're gonna finish this dream. I got the shaking and shit in real life, in real time. I'm shaking and shit while I'm laying there on the couch. Like, what the fuck? Something done grabbed a hold of me. That was the last time I went to sleep watching scary shit. I promise you that. I promise you that was the last time I went to sleep watching scary shit. Won't fool me again. I watched after that. Shit, I was watching scary movies in the daytime. You hear me? We're gonna watch a scary movie, but it's gonna be daytime when we watch. What time you trying to watch a scary movie? 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock? Yeah. Not at night. Not at night. You ain't watching no motherfucking scary movies at night. Everything has to be done in the daytime. At night, you watching cartoons. Huh? We watching Mickey and Mandy. Fuck that. And that's the scariest thing I'm gonna watch in the nighttime. It's some Mickey and Mandy or something. Shit, I ain't watching none of that shit. You ain't trying to watch Are You Afraid of the Dark? No. It get real. For real. It's not the fact that, you know, somebody's scared. It's the fact that, you know, when you dreaming, right, you are pretty much in control of your dreams based off of your level of thought. So a lot of times you can control and curve your dreams. Like one time I started talking to the animals in my dream. I don't know how the fuck I started talking to the animals in the dream. In fact, I don't even know how I got on the curb for the damn squirrels and the animals to pop up for me to talk to. I was at Burger King one time about to order a burger that was shaped like the state. And then I ended up on the curb talking to some squirrels. I don't know what the hell was going on. I was just jumping dimensions or realities or something. But I be remembering my dreams. I don't know about y'all, but I be remember. A lot of people say, I can't remember my dream. I don't remember my. I be remembering my dream. Them shits be so vivid. Yeah, one couldn't think it, but I'm like, the squirrel started talking to me. You know what I mean? And sometimes you get taken back by something, and the squirrel started talking. I'm like, I know damn well this squirrel ain't talking to me. But sure enough, the squirrel was talking to me. You feel me? The squirrel was talking to me. Right? So, like, however you look at this, you know what I'm saying? Listen, this shit's happening. In real time, we can alter our reality. Our dreams are more powerful than what we give them credit for. This is why I started changing my reality. I no longer wanted to go to sleep mad. You go to sleep mad, you know what happens in your dreams when you go to sleep mad, you go to sleep angry and stuff like that. Your dreams alter your reality. I try to just focus on the things that I can do today, and by the end of the night, I make peace with whatever I couldn't accomplish, right? And I go to sleep with that note in mind, right? That I did everything that I could possibly do today, and I'm at peace. That's why I don't leave dishes in the sink. That's one reason why I don't leave dishes in the sink before I go to sleep at night, because if it's dishes in the sink before I go to sleep at night, then I didn't do everything that I can do in that day. I left something out. And it's part of my OCD. It could be because I'm just fucked up like that and I got OCD. I'll accept it. If a clean sink, you know what? I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I'm gonna tell y'all why I don't leave dishes in the sink. Okay, can I be honest with y'all? One's in the chat if I can be honest with y'all. One's in the chat. I'm gonna tell a story. Can I be honest with y'all? One's in the chat. All right, so look, this is what happened. All right. The reason why I mainly don't leave dishes in the sink is because something happened when I was a kid, right? And nobody wants to believe that this happened when I was a kid, because I was one of two people that seen it. And the second person that seen it act like they didn't see it, right? But I'm gonna explain it to y'all, okay? So my grandma, everybody used to always live at my grandma's house, like the cousins and stuff like that. They always lived at my grandma's house. It was always 13 to 16 kids at my grandma's house, right? So one day we at my grandma's house, and we always used to make fun of how the roaches and how much roaches my grandmom had, right? And my grandmom had an ass load of roaches. I mean, one time a roach popped out at church on my grandma. You hear me? And it was alive when it popped out the book. When it crawled out of my grandma's Bible, this roach was alive. Do you hear me? The roach popped out of my grandma's book at church. You hear me? This when you know you got too many roaches in your house. The roach popped up. She gonna get mad at us talking about which one of y'all put the roach in my Bible. Grandma, who got time to do that? You mean to tell me all the things that we could be doing on this glorious morning, we finding roaches to put in your Bible? That don't even make sense. You embarrassed. We all kind of embarrassed. I get it. Shit happens. But don't try to blame it on us. Oh, we got whooped for that. So the back to the story, right? The reason why I can't stop laughing. Stop laughing. So my grandma had roaches. You hear me? She had roaches, right? One day I'm in my grandma's kitchen and I seen a white roach. I never ever seen a white roach before. I seen an albino roach. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Shit took me back. So I'm looking like, what? I had to get somebody else to come look at it. I had to get somebody else to come look at this roach. I'm like, ain't no way, right? And when I seen that roach, I started laughing. The reason why I started laughing It wasn't because I was about to take the roach out or kill the. Listen to what I'm saying. In that moment, right? In that moment, when I seen that albino roach, I said, damn, that roach got it harder than a nigga in America. You hear me? When I seen that albino roach, I said, that roach got it harder than a nigga in America. Do you hear me? I knew in that moment somebody had it harder than me. You hear me? I seen that roach. I said, man, that roach got to be going through it back at the roach hive. No roach want to hang out with them and shit. It's an albino roach. They can't hide. The albino roach can't hide like the rest of the roaches. It's a white roach. You know you gonna get us caught. We can't go out and steal no breadcrumbs or none of that shit with you. You know you gonna be seen. If the light come on and we gotta get away, they gonna see your white ass running across their counter. We is done up. Do you know how hard it has to be an albino roach? Damn, that roach got it tough. He can't go on none of the missions with the other roaches. Do you hear me? None of the missions with the other roaches. Now, I was taken back by the fact that I seen this albino roach. I didn't think a white roach existed. I had to look this shit up. Again, I had to look it up. I'm like, there's no possible way. Do you know how many roaches have to be in a colony for a white roach to be born? Do you know how many roaches have to be in a colony? Now, I'm not telling you. You look that shit up yourself, just like I had to look it up. If I had to look it up and it's stuck in my mind, then you look that shit up too, so it can be stuck in your mind. Do you know how many roaches have to live in a colony for a white roach to be born? Crazy, right? When I found out as a kid how many roaches have to be in a colony listen, I started drying out the sink because the roaches, they go to the water that's in the sink. So if you want to eliminate roaches, you want to keep your sink dry. You want to keep your sink and everything dry in the sink. That's why I don't leave no dishes in the sink, because that shit disturbed me that this roach existed in my grandmama's house. If this roach would have been anywhere else, cool, right? But that means somewhere in my grandmama's house, it had to be this number of roaches for this white roach to exist. The moral of the story is, you know, sometimes the things that happen in your past could, shape your reality and your future. That's all I'm saying. If you really allow yourself to look at it, you will notice that the reason why you are the way you are is because some shit that you went through in your past. So you got to allow your trials and tribulations to be your best blessings. All my trials and tribulations, I look at the bright side of things, kind of like that roach had to. I'm pretty sure that roach had to look at the bright side of things, because ain't no way all the other roaches was kicking it with him. You know what I mean? I seen Joe's apartment. I know how nasty and mean roaches can be. So I just like to look at the bright side of things. All right. But in the meantime, in between time, look, Jaguar and them is going to war with Shane Atwoods and them, right? We fighting demons left and right. Let's not get it twisted. Right. I got to jump in the shower and try to get in the bed. That way I can try to, get some sleep and bring y'all something bright and early. We're going to do an early educational live. I hope y'all all there for the early morning educational live. Love is love. Namaste. Ashe. Salutations. If nobody told y'all that they love y'all today, let me be the first and not the last to tell y'all that I love y'all. Right. I'm about to write a book about this albino roach. Y'all think I'm playing. I'm about to write a book about this albino roach and tell y'all about the stories of this albino roach and how hard he had it coming up in the colony.
Hey, little nigga been fighting a whole lot of demons. A lot of shit we do gonna have consequences, but we gotta be ready for them. Emergency, I just got out of surgery. I'm having problems with more.
Hey, love is love, man.
I did some shit.
Y'all remember one's image. Remember,
Remember
one's image of oneself should be greater than reality. If you're not thinking highly of yourself, nobody else is going to think highly of you. Appreciate everybody that went over to the Energy of Atlas TikTok page and became a subscriber over there. Right? Love is love for the people that threw some roses. I see some roses over there on the TikTok page, so appreciate that. We are 1 sub away from our goal of 10 subs. So that's on the Energy of Atlas TikTok page. And make sure y'all get over to the store too. Check out the store. New items are always being added to the store all the time. So you just got you just got to jump in every now and again and check out the store. There's always new items in there. We do have some 420 items coming up. So that's going to be great because that's my birthday and it's Easter. So that's going to mark a great thing coming up this year, right? That's going to mark something great coming up this year. So check out the store. Here's some of the new items that's added to the store. You see right here, you got that candle. Scented soy candle, right? You can get that candle, get that love is love candle burning. Huh? Y'all make sure y'all go get that love is love candle burning. Okay. Some people said they got their blankets already. So, look at that. Got those Ralph the Wise socks out. Get you some Ralph the Wise socks. Okay. Get you a pair of Ralph the Wise socks. Okay. And this is wait, did you draw this? Horse canvas wall art. I think I've seen this before. You see this right here? You can get this wall art. Also get you the spiritual elephant wall art, right? And don't forget the Please Don't Drake Me. All right. Please don't Drake me. Okay. And for the kids, please don't Drake me neither. Oh, we might have to change the spelling of that either to neither. Neither. Please don't Drake me neither. Okay. Don't Drake me neither. Okay. Please don't Drake me and don't Drake me neither. Okay. So we got those out. And like I say, we're always adding new stuff to it. Shout out to Soul Sparks. Always keeping updated things in the store. She's locked in. She stays on top of a lot of it. She also, send out all of the things for the winners of the gifts. She makes sure all of them get out and everything like that. So we got a great team. We got a great, union, everything like that. It's time that we start utilizing, us as a collective, as a whole, as a unity. We got a lot of great people. I don't know how to spell it. I just know how it sounds. It sounds like either, but it's neither. Neither. Like, don't Drake me neither. Like, you know how a kid would mispronounce the word need, like either. They would say neither. Like, don't Drake me neither. Either. Don't Drake me neither. Neither. Don't Drake me neither. Like a kid would say it. So when you read it, it sounds like a kid would read, like a kid would say it. Like, don't Drake me neither. If you say don't Drake me either, then it's, that's just the word either. But if you put it like a kid, neither, Don't Drake me either. Neither. I don't know. Let's call the whole thing off. Nah, I got you. I know you got it. I know you got it. Love is love. I know you got it. Hey, listen, we got great things coming. We got a lot of great things coming out. We see stickers, everything like that. We're gonna keep adding stuff to the store. You know, the ones that's old. Like, just keep on this, because listen, you got to support the things that support you. We putting this back in, right? We want this to circuit. We got GoFundMe's out right now because we're trying to buy land. If you know people that's trying to invest, you know, trying to help build a collective, get in touch with them. If you got an old uncle, some of y'all out there with those old uncles, I know you got that favorite uncle that's always giving you money and shit. Now is the time. This is the moment you've been waiting for. You know, you always talking about something. I don't like to use my uncle for just anything. This is one of those moments to contact that uncle that's always giving you shit. And all y'all got them damn family members that's go, you know what I'm saying, giving y'all shit. Get in touch with that grandpa that want to give you that old vehicle. Go liquidate that shit and invest. All right. This is something that you want to invest in. This is something that you want to become a silent partner of. I'm telling you, we're trying to put together a mobile podcast so we can, you know, put together a team of people that's trying to ride around and put together interviews and stuff. Tell me a mobile podcast wouldn't be a great idea. Matter of fact, tell me a community of like-minded people that journey around. Like, you got the community, you know, and then you got the people in the community that actually take the trips on the bus or whatever, right? And they come back to the community. Everybody help each other out in the community. The people that leave the community, they go out to make the money for the community that you're building, and then you help build around each other. I want an environment that my kids can actually go to the park and play in, right? I want an environment where my son can go outside and he ain't got to worry about somebody calling him the N-word because that's what's popular now, right? Or that's what's circulating on you know, Call of Duty now. Everybody just calling everybody the N-word and doing all of this. I want an environment where my kids can go out. They can just go out the black. Matter of fact, I want a cul-de-sac. I want an environment where I can leave my door unlocked. I know it's some places like that out in the country. You know, I was out in the country. I leave my door unlocked all the time, but I want an environment like that where people don't want to take from people, where people don't want to screw people over, right? We bring it. I want an environment where it makes people want to bring life into this world. Think about it. People are not procreating because they're looking at the type of world that they got to bring their kids into. If they was to procreate, nobody wants to bring their kid into this type of life, right? So I want a better environment. I know you want a better environment. We all want a better environment. Let's create that environment. Let's get together. Let's buy the land. Let's get the tiny homes. Let's put it together. Let's pick the people that's going to come into the community, like-minded people, loving people, right? We can go after digital currency just like everybody else go after digital currency in order to build this collective, right? We can start a bank account where we all just put a certain amount of money in the bank account every week. By the time we look at it, that bank account will be so big you won't even know what to do with it. We'll be able to buy grocery stores and shit like that. Let's buy a town. Matter of fact, let's take the kitchen out of everybody else's home and just make one diner where everybody has to go to the diner to eat from. That way we all get to know each other at the diner. You gonna be at the diner? You damn right I'm gonna be at the diner. I don't have no kitchen. I could catch you at the diner later on. You know I gotta stop by the diner. Nobody got a kitchen. We only got one eating establishment. Everybody else got like small refrigerators in their house and shit. Because that's just the snacks. You just got a cupboard, you know, full of snacks and the refrigerator. That eliminates all the gas that's coming into the town. You only got one, you know, town, you know, one place where everybody eat at. You know, they serve 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know what I mean? It's just a bunch of tiny homes around it. And everybody go there. If you mix, you can't fathom it in your mind right now, but I guarantee you it's a great idea. I miss a mom and pop diner, don't you? I miss a mom and pop diner, a place where you can go and eat and mingle. I want to go to a place like those places like that, man, where you can go and sit. Ain't nobody looking at you crazy because everybody know everybody. Let me get a beat. Why can't we grow up in a Leave It to Beaver town, man? Why can't we grow up in towns like that where everybody know each other for years and shit like that? Grandkids done grew up. Yeah, your mama grew up with my mama and I ain't never seen no shit like that. People, teachers done raised generations and shit. Why? I want that. I want that. Let us get that.
I'ma stay right here for this plastic, go take breath from me.
Right.
I'm sipping this Henny, this pain, but it ain't helping me. My left going against the grain and that shit stressing me. I pray to God, let God have mercy. I'm living a crazy life. I just shot at a nigga for talking some shit on the gang, he paid the price. I was young in the rush for the money, my hugger for paper, it saved my life. And that shit can say tonight. If you want that leak shit, we can get rich, we can get paid tonight. Dollar bill, y'all. Everybody want the money, everybody want this shit. Everybody want the money, but don't wanna go down. You gonna do anything to get it, but when you gonna go out? Shit, gotta think about it. 187. Murder by you killed a nigga, you don't know it. You gon' go to heaven. Gotta chalk that shit over, real talk. Hey. Fight my demons. So many demons. Me against these demons. Against these demons. Fight my demons. Fight in my. It's me against these demons. Whoa, I'm fighting these demons up in this ghost. I'm fighting these demons. I'm on the ropes. They came with a beam up under my coat. Get hit in the split and you on the smoke. That money be green, so niggas gon' go. I'm living so clean, I used to be poor. Remember they laughed.
What our mom used to say? You better be, whatever you do, you better be great at it. That's all I'm saying. Whatever we do, let's be great at it. All right? Whatever we do, be great at it. All right? And listen, they can't stop nothing. They can't stop the movement. They can't stop the motion, and they can't stop the feeling. So just dance, okay? Can't stop the feeling. So just dance. You know what I'm saying? They can't stop the feeling. So we just keep dancing. All right? That's all we got to do is keep dancing. That's it. Knowledge at night. I like that. I'm going to steal that slogan right there. Knowledge at night. I like that. Yeah, I'm taking that. Knowledge at night. And I might not give you credit for it. I'm just telling you that right now. I might not give you credit for it. Knowledge at night. Yep, might not give you credit for that in the future. I'm going to give you credit today. If you bring that shit up a week from now, I ain't giving you no credit, okay? No credit. Yeah, have a great night, man. Love is love. Remember, keep laughing, keep dancing, keep shining. You know, keep being great. Hey, the world is greater with you in it. All right. There's nothing greater in this world more than you. You're greater than all the Pharisees, all the pharaohs, all of that. You're the greatest thing in this world. Don't you forget it. Okay? Don't you forget it.